Oh.
It's basically just a lot of like
Obviously, they will have like theory, but I think we have better skills to teach us.
yeah.
So we gotta remember
Presentation live or video? Because they have video there on campus, but I thought it was live.
right?
All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started so that y'all have sort of like as much time as possible for the final skill demo. All right, everyone, let's quiet down and let's go ahead and get started with this. So a couple announcements before we begin. First, I made an announcement on EdStem a couple days ago. Make sure you sort of read it fully, but the main message here is that your final pull request for your group project, it's not going to be due like when you're presenting. You'll still have a full day after the presentation to add some tests or comments or sort of like clean up the repository and make the final pull request, okay? So that final pull request will be from your like feature branch into the main branch. You wouldn't actually merge that. That'll be something that our like core staff will look at and then sort of like review for the final grade, okay? So this is due June 11th at midnight. That's Tuesday, okay? And the presentations are Monday afternoon. Are there any questions about this? Okay, cool. Next, for the final skill demo, so if you finish early, I think most of y'all will take most of the time. Don't worry if you don't fully finish everything. The way this is going to work is sort of be graded on a curve. You can think of it that way. We don't know exactly how many questions all of y'all will answer. And so we'll sort of see the responses and then use that to determine the grade, okay? For this skill demo, remember you're going to do a screen recording on Zoom. So the way you do that is you'll go to like new meeting. All right, this is like my Zoom, I did new meeting. You'll do this, like you can click this record. But I think to make sure it records to the cloud, so you'll click record and click record to the cloud. Don't record on your computer, then it'll be like a big file that's stored on your own computer. It'll be a pain to like message it and like upload it.
Can you leave your cameras on?
No, you can turn your video off. You don't, just turn it off. Maybe it probably even uses more battery. Microphone, yeah, you can mute the microphone too, because it'll be quiet in here, but the main thing is make sure you screen share, okay? So you'll want to start the recording, record to the cloud, and then just start a screen share of the Google Chrome, okay? Everything will be done on Chrome. Yeah?
Will those skill assessments take more than 4 minutes?
Yeah, so someone mentioned that to me. I thought on the UCSD accounts you get the unlimited time.
No, on UCSD you get unlimited.
Yeah, I've done it for like
If you do it through SSO, you get unlimited time. So you have to.
Oh, sign in with SSO.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good that we caught this good question. So let's just let me just demo that to make sure we're all on the same page here. You mean like here, if you sign, would people have like sign out and then sign in?
Even if you sign with your Gmail at UCSD, you should be fine. I was a TA, I used the Gmail every day and my meetings would pass 2 hours.
Okay, let's just do sign out and then sign in with SSO, okay, with your UCSD account. If this 40-minute thing does happen, you'll just have to end the meeting and then I guess restart it, or if there's like a buffer time, you'll just have to wait for the buffer time and then we can try restarting it like that. But yeah, I think in the past I've sort of recorded full lectures on Zoom, so it should be possible if we.
I can just show how I went about doing it. So you sign out.
Yeah, awesome. Sign out.
So you click the SSO button instead of Google.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then you put it.
So once this is done.
And then sign in like this, right?
That's not it. So yeah, once you log in.
Okay. Yeah, and then once it opens Zoom, looks like it's.
It prompts you about something, and then you just type in you type in your UCSD username and then at UCSD. No .edu. And just at UCSD, and then we'll you just go through the steps. It should be fine.
Okay. Yeah, so I think the answer there is like if there's something that prompts you, you use your like student ID, whatever, like mine's like AYSHAH, and then at UCSD. I guess you don't type in .edu for that. But is that clear to people, like how we can have more than 40 minutes on the Zoom recording? Okay, great question. Thanks for that. Finally, we're not going to allow ChatGPT on this, okay? You can use Google and online documentation, just no ChatGPT, and there's also no GitHub Copilot in the VS Code on Prairie Learn, so that'll be something we'll, sort of check for to make sure. And I don't think most of y'all will. Hopefully y'all are just try this and see how well y'all do. Don't use GPT, but I guess we can check the recording as well to make sure there's no GPT, okay? And then yeah, at the very end, there's some instructions on how to actually access the recordings. Yeah, question?
No. So we're allowed to use Google, right?
Yeah, you can use Google, but don't use other LLMs, I guess.
Okay.
Like, don't use like Bard or
Google
whatever.
has like a generate.
Yeah, I guess that is fine to use, but don't be like interacting with the LLM or like going beyond that. I guess we can't really prevent that. Maybe you can turn that off somehow, but it's okay.
We're doing this on Prairie Learn?
Yeah, so this will be on Prairie Learn. I'll sort of show you the link here of how to access it. You go to the course website. Maybe I'll even put it in the slides. It's just on the schedule, actually. There's a link to final skill demonstration. Okay. I'll give everyone a second to access it from the course website. Thursday, June 6th, final skill demonstration. It's going to take you to a Google Doc. And so the main things here, you'll want this. It's called like final skill demonstration. It's called questions and tasks. You'll also need setup instructions. This is just for the very beginning. It's like 5 to 10 minutes of setup. And then lastly, everything's sort of self-contained on this Google form or on this Google Doc, but you'll be submitting your answers on a Google form. Okay, none of this like auto grading and like creating a directory and stuff like that. It should just be a lot easier from this. So to actually like access it, in the setup instructions, that was like the first doc linked in the final skill demonstration. You'll want to click this link, okay? Give people a second to get to that. Are people able to see this?
Is it recording right now or when?
You can wait. You can hold off a second on the recording if you want. It'll have to load in the container for like a minute or two. But let's just get to this point. Can people give me a thumbs up if they are getting to this page? Okay, perfect. Okay, so now once you get here, just certify and pledge the above. Basically, this means that the work will be your own. So don't use ChatGPT, I guess. And then when you click Start Assessment, you'll have to click Question 1. And then you'll click Open Workspace, okay? And once you click Open Workspace, this will start launching a container. It'll take a couple minutes to load, and now you can start the screen recording on Zoom, okay? And the setup instructions, follow this very closely. You'll have to follow both of these to start, okay? The getting the Matplotlib development version and setting up the development workflow. We sort of tested this a lot, and it should be completely correct. If you do have a bit of confusion, try figuring it out on your own first. Think of this as like following documentation for like similar to Project 1 for setup. Try to limit the questions to like logistic issues. For the most part, we think the questions should be kind of straightforward. Answer them to the best of your ability. Answer as many as you can. Don't stress out too much. It's going to be about 4% of your grade, I think, but we'll sort of grade it on a curve, and most of you will get full credit on this or very high credit. We'll sort of see how the responses shape out for the specific rating, okay? Are there any questions before I just turn you all loose? Any questions? Okay, awesome. Then go ahead and start the Zoom recording and make sure that you share screen. You just have to share your Google Chrome window. So just share screen, just share Google Chrome, and then you want to do like record to the cloud, okay?
To the cloud?
Yeah, record to the cloud. Don't record on your own computer.
Recording in progress.
All right, everyone. Best of luck with this, and I'll check in with maybe like 5 minutes left in lecture. Alright, let's try to keep the sort of noise level down. This will be like an individual activity for the whole time. And there's just a fair amount of reading in this. I think reading the reminders, reading the documentation, reading the instructions closely, that'll really help you out. And as much as possible, if you could have the screen recording for like the window that you're also doing the Google searches in, that would be great. Just we want to be able to see what sort of help-seeking things students are doing, what Google searches are people using that are effective. So if you could try to keep it all in like one Google Chrome window, just record that window. If you feel comfortable recording your entire desktop and you want to have two side-by-side windows, that's fine too. But if you're able, please do so. So maybe a couple of the commands, you'll have to wait a little bit for it to finish running. Yeah, you can maybe read the directions or get started on, no, I mean read the directions while you're waiting or get started on the next section or Google some stuff related to Mount Puppet. if you are like waiting around for a few minutes for something to load, you can actually answer the first general question here without even looking at the source code. This is just through maybe a Google search or something, okay? If you need something to do while you're waiting.
Are we allowed to just copy and paste from Google?
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe if you copy paste, put the link in the answer as well that you got it from. That's like the way to cite the source, basically, I guess.
If we know, if we're writing something from our own notes, should we just?
Oh yeah, if you don't need to like copy something from Google. Right. just one quick thing for clarity. I think the full versions of the questions are on the Google Doc, okay? We have just like a shorter sort of version here that doesn't give you the full context of the question. Like for example, question 2A just has this, but use the actual Google Doc for the full question, okay? It mentions that in the documentation it talks about customs, okay? The full questions are on this Google Doc.
Attention. It's fine, I have a bottle of water. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway.
I think let's just leave our laptops here like this right now. Just keep it open, just
Can we close our laptop? If somebody comes and does something, we can keep watch outside. Back door.
Yeah, keep your laptops in here, everyone. Let's just keep it in here. I think this hopefully should be over kind of quick, super long.
Fire alarm.
Attention, attention, an emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator.
There's nobody.
Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway.
Oh, it's big.
No,
No, I walked by and said, no, there's like this.
Attention, attention, attention. An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Attention, attention, attention. An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway.
But everyone is evacuating except for the class next to us.
Attention, attention, attention. An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby.
That's a good way to pass the
Do
time.
not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Attention, attention, attention. An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Attention, attention, attention. An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Attention, attention, attention. An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Attention, attention, attention. An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit Attention. 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 An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Attention. 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 An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Attention. 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 An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit. Walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway.
Sorry. Don't worry about this.
Oh yes, let's go inside and talk to man.
Sorry, after I'll finish my nose.
Attention. 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 An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway. Attention. 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 An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit and walk down to your assigned re-entry floor or main lobby. Do not use the elevator.
Memories.
Walk to the nearest stairway. Do not use the elevator. Walk to the nearest stairway.
With this like
We're hopefully gonna get like right a full big runs like how
Attention. 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 An emergency has been reported. All occupants walk to the nearest stairway exit.
now I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, they're gonna have to do this.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, just to keep it consistent, what was it, final class of every quarter?
Yeah.
I think the part.
There's some people's practice, seem like really well. My competitors, but most people like something's back in different times. Like they're doing $200 roll. Is it raw? I think it's off.
It's all like that.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know. No, I'm sorry.
You know what?
Burglar what? Probably another one. Servers are servers. Oh, okay. Oh, good. Yo, ripping this guy. Yeah, that's me. Let's go. It's running right.
Three.
Let's go. It's like 15 minutes of being up here. I'm going down 15 minutes of my life.
Like the whole Zoom recording is like nothing, it's like 10 minutes.
Alright, speed run.
How's the middle question?
Yeah, you're asking. Oh yeah, you have to activate your activate the virtual button. Just redo a couple of different.
Which one's the closest?
The one that's activated.
The last one, or the one right above it? Oh, this one? All of them. All of them?
Okay, I think slight oversight here. I think 2A and 2B just have the same answer to the Google form, but for 2B, you do actually need to update the file, okay? You do have to actually update the file for 2B, and eventually you'll be submitting the whole file, but if anyone's confused about that, 2A and 2B should probably be the same. So. 20 minutes left, by the way. 20 minutes left, but don't worry about it. I'll take into account. have about 10 minutes left. Just keep going in chronological order. Don't worry if you don't get to the tasks at the end. Just answer as many questions as just answer the last 1 to 2 questions here. There's 3 minutes left before the end of class. Alright, so go ahead and write your last answer here. Then I'm just quickly going to show how you can get the Zoom link. So right now, if y'all want, you can finish writing your answer and submit the Google form in a second here, but the only required question on the whole thing is submitting the Zoom link. So to do that, you'll want to stop recording, or if you just end the meeting, it'll automatically stop recording. And then once you end the meeting, you go to zoom.us. You'll have to sign in, and once you sign in, you can go to My Account. You can click Recordings. Okay, go to zoom.us. You'll have to sign in. Zoom.us is literally the entire URL that you need to enter. And then you'll see that once you finish the recording, it'll say processing recording.